It is nearly 5 a.m, 90 days before we sail on the Disney Wish. And what does that mean, Wikipedia?
It means we're booking the bookable activities.
The bookable activities. The Castaway Club is Disney Cruises' reward scheme that rewards people for sailing. And we have sailed twice already, so this will be our third cruise. So we are Silver Castaway Club members. It depends on your Castaway Club status as to how early you can book your bookable activities before your cruise. You need to have paid in full in order to book your bookable activities. We're here coming up to 5 a.m. in the UK because booking opens at midnight Florida time, which Florida is 5 hours behind. So we're sitting here patiently, not so patiently, refreshing the page, ready to go. Oh, it's 5 a.m. Refresh, 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 refresh.
Loading.
Book now! Book now! Do it. Oh, are you excited? Okay, add activities. The activities we want to add, we're going to go for onboard fun. What's the first priority?
I think you were selecting.
Is it only on day one?
Yeah, that's day one.
Right. Do we want to do anything on day one?
Photo package.
Just the photo. Right, we can go back to that. We've got time for that. The photo package isn't going to sell out.
All right.
The thing we really want to do is at Sea Day is the... Would it come under dining?
Hyperspace might do.
The Hyperspace Lounge. In fact, well, you explain what the Hyperspace Lounge is while I look for it, please.
The Hyperspace Lounge is like a Star Wars bar, and it's quite popular on the cruise, so you have to like book it in advance.
It's not on onboard fun. No thanks for a brief survey. Enchante. So that's the adult dining. Enchante, Paolo. Change day. Oh,
Change day.
I know, but where's the Hyperspace Lounge?
Dunno, check the other days.
Oh no. But it should be there and sold out. Is it not?
Maybe it's just not available there. Maybe you don't have to book Hyperspace Lounge anymore. Maybe that was a thing previously.
So some of the cruise activities that bookable, and we'll go through more once we've just checked this, are complimentary. They're included in your cruise, just you have to book them, and some of them are at an additional cost. To the Hyperspace Lounge previously, you had to book, but was that because of COVID?
That might have been, or just an on-release thing. Like,
yeah,
just because the Wish was new, and
that's
that
true.
Was one of the big parts of
right,
it.
Let's just check this one last time. The onboard fun for the Sea Day, because that's the thing. See, Olaf's Royal Picnic is available. We'll have a look at that in a second. And the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, there are makeover appointments available.
Do you want to do that then?
Possibly. So some of the onboard activities available are, as you can see, chargeable. Now, Enchante and Paolo Steakhouse are adult-only dining, and they are at additional cost. So Enchante begins at $80. Enchante for dinner begins at $135. Now, we've decided, having spoken to my husband, we're not going to book adult-only dining, purely because the food on the cruise we found to be amazing anyway. We'd have to give up a dinner reservation with the children to fit in Enchante dining for dinner, for example. I mean, we could probably go for brunch while the children are in kids club, but honestly, I don't think
£50 for Paolo Steakhouse.
I just don't know if I could fit any more food in my body. So it would be a lovely experience. Right, I can't see the booking for that.
Not bookable.
We'll just go back to that. It's not on there anyway. The other thing that we need to book nearer the time, now I believe this is 30 days out, is the Royal Gathering.
Yeah, it said book December at some point.
Yeah, so do you think maybe that would be sitting alongside the Royal Gathering booking? That's the other option. Because, so if I look at the onboard fun day, so the onboard fun on the day at sea is the day I'm hoping to do the Princess Gathering. No, it says Royal Gathering booking begins December 23rd. So if it was bookable like the Royal Gathering, it would be there, wouldn't it? It would just, the button wouldn't be working.
Yeah.
Olaf's Royal Picnic is already sold out on that day.
There was another Olaf's Picnic on another day that wasn't sold out.
Yeah, there was. This stuff has been open to Silver Castaway Club members for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and it's gone. It's fully booked. We made an executive decision. We talked to all the children yesterday and said that we weren't going to aim to book Olaf's Royal Picnic because it is quite expensive, isn't it? Yeah. So Martini Tasting's already sold out. Mixology's already sold out.
What about Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique? Do you want to do that? Like, it's only for 3 to 12, so it would be like a kids
It's a kids only thing. The Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, we've never done before. It's not as expensive as Olaf's Royal Picnic. Olaf's Royal Picnic would be compared to the Royal Court Royal Tea on the other ships. You wouldn't want to do Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, or would you?
I mean, maybe.
You would.
Check if it. I would check.
Pirate
you
makeover.
can only check for one.
You can only check it one at a time.
Just do.
So prices start at $100.
Okay, choose time. Oh, early. Wait, no, they got loads of times.
Okay.
This is day 3, so this would be Castaway Key.
Oh no, we don't want that day. Ooh,
Right, we need
no. That's why they got loads of.
Day 4.
That's sea day.
Yeah.
So 4-hour cruise. We've got day 1 embarkation. Day 2 we've got Nassau. Day 3 Castaway Key. Day 4 at sea, and then day 5 everyone off the ship, and quite a lot. A little bit less availability. We find that the children who are normally very early risers at home sleep in a lot more on a Disney trip. Do you want to be booked in for a pirate makeover?
I'm not sure personally.
Or would you rather have the money for merch?
Yeah, that's true.
You can make a choice on that, darling. If you want to do it, do it. If you'd rather have the money for merch, have the money for merch. So I've booked the girls in for the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. I'll have a chat with them when they get up and then release those appointments for someone else if they're not going to want them and they'd rather have the money for something else. Okay, so now the pressure has been taken off a little bit because that panic to book has gone. Yeah. Let's just very quickly look into this. Booking Hyperspace Lounge. Definitely want to visit Hyperspace Lounge. You have to reserve a spot. First bit of good news is that reservations are no longer required to visit Star Wars Hyperspace Lounge. You may encounter a short queue when visiting, but be patient, my friend. The tables turn over almost as fast as the Millennium Falcon flies. Okay, so...
A bit of poetry there.
Exactly. So that's really good news. It also gives us a lot more flexibility. We could go more than once if we really, really enjoy it. We could aim to go on the first day, and then if you wanted to go back, we could.
Yeah.
The thing with the Disney Cruise Line is there are so many bookable activities, and we're going to show you through the options on the Wish right now. But don't feel bad if you can't get these appointments. The girls have never done Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique before. They kind of fancied it. I couldn't get reservations before. And honestly, we've never been bored on a Disney cruise. There is so much to do on board, and your app kind of lights up when you get on board with so many options for so many different activities. What sort of activities have you done on the Disney cruise before?
Well,
that you didn't know about even until we got on board?
Well, there's been like quizzes, that pirate game show, deck parties.
Yeah. What about activities in the kids' clubs? Like specific?
Club. Oh yeah, specific. Just like appearances and parties and like games on the big board thing.
You did some sort of Star Wars Make a Millennium Falcon thing. The girls have done crafts. So there's been so much to do. You're never going to be bored. We haven't done the adult dining before, and we've always enjoyed the food immensely, had an amazing time. I'm tempted to book the adult dining just so we've done it, so we can compare it. Honestly means I'm going to have to sacrifice eating something else because there's only so much food I can eat in a day. So let's go through day by day what we've got available to us as activities and the options you could choose from. So onboard fun on day 1. Bear in mind, embarkation day kind of feels like a crazy day, would you say?
Yeah.
It's kind of, wow, we're on board, it's a new ship, we want to do, and the children want to do all the things, and I want to get them to do all the things. Embarkation day is you getting on board. We went for a welcome aboard lunch on the Dream in Animator's Palette. We need to find out about the welcome aboard lunch on the Wish, where that's going to be, because I definitely like to do that. And then it was a case of running to find our rooms, then the muster drill, the deck party, the shops, the shows. It's overwhelmingly exciting, but very, very busy. So I would be really inclined to avoid booking anything on that first day. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I'd say if you are going to try and book activities, try and book them slightly later in your cruise, and if at all possible, do it on a sea day.
Because there's a couple things. There's the muster drill.
Yes.
And then there's like the sailing away party on most ships. I don't know if it's on the Wish though.
I think there is a sail away party. I'm not sure what it's called on the Wish. I can't wait to find out. It's going to be so exciting. I love the sail away party on the Dream because obviously when we did the Disney Magic cruise, There was no sail away party because it was COVID and they didn't want people congregating. So the only thing I think I really want to book for day one is this photo unlimited package. So it's the current price is $194.95. If we book it on board, it's $229.95. So we're definitely going to book that. We've had it for the previous 2 cruises. On the Magic, we had to pick up a memory stick on our last morning. It was much better when we went on the Dream and we just logged on, which you can do for free even if you don't pay for Wi-Fi. You can use the onboard Wi-Fi to view the photographs. You can just download them directly to your phone. It's so, so easy. So I'm definitely going to book that. It's the only way I'm actually in proper photos, isn't it? Unless it's a selfie, because I'm always the one with the camera. So Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique makeovers. We're not going to be able to look at the times for that because, oh no, we could actually, because you could book more than one.
More.
Oh, hang on, it's twirling. I've done 2 things now.
I think the problem is everyone's gotten...
Yes, everyone for the last 14 minutes is now coming up the site. Okay, let's just refresh.
But I think there's a lot of people who've realised, oh, I'm late for the booking. And now it's like...
Oh, hang on.
I forgot to get up at midnight.
Right, okay. Check availability for the photo package. I'm pretty sure we're going to be okay. Select time for the photo package, 8 a.m. There we go.
That's all we want.
It's just the photo package. You just book it in.
Ooh.
Oh, an error has occurred. Oh no, yeah, it's because it's, as you say, everyone's trying to book it. So
yeah,
with the photo package, you have to book it in for a time. You have to check availability just because it's set as an activity, just because of the way the website's set up. You don't actually have to go at a certain time. It's just something added to your cruise package. Oh, please check your reservation is complete. It is. Oh, hang on. Maybe it's because I only attach it to one person.
Yeah.
Ah, that's why. And I always do it to me. Yeah. It's because I click 2 people. It's done. Oh no, we've been logged out. Someone ate the page. Oh, good grief.
Oh, Stitch.
Oh no. Now, it did this to us when we were trying to do our online check-in. Now, it's going to be a slightly different vibe for the online check-in for the Wish. The online check-in for the Dream, we were trying to check in as quickly as possible because we had to try and get a nice early port arrival time. We were checking in 33 days before. Is it 33 days before? For this, I'm going to check my Disney Cruise Planner. If you have not picked up a copy of my Disney Cruise Planner, I'll put all the details below and a QR code on screen. You can go through a video. I will link a video below where I go through the whole thing. You can just take a pen and paper and copy down everything I say in that video, or you can get the printable version printed out at home. You can fill it in on an iPad, or you can get this coil bound or perfect bound, which is like a book version, but it's got all the information that you need. This is actually one that we filled out on the last trip, but it's got all of the important cruise dates. So if you are a Silver Castaway Club member, you can book new itineraries 1 day before. Your deposit is always required within 72 hours of making your booking. You can access to the online booking for the cruise activities 90 days before. That's where we are now. And you can book in 33 days before for online check-in, which is 3 days earlier than the general public. So for online check-in before, we were trying to get this nice early port arrival time because obviously the earlier you get on the ship, the earlier the magic can begin. However, why does that not matter so much this time, William?
Well, we've booked the Walt Disney World Disney Cruise holiday package
with the transportation. So we're actually going to Walt Disney World for 7 days before we cruise, which is going to be amazing. So the port arrival time, I think, is just defaulted to 11 a.m. and our actual port arrival time, the correct time, will be whatever time Disney Cruise Line gets us there. So it's the closest thing to the old Magical Express because that's obviously gone as the transportation to the hotels, but it's a Disney Cruise Line bus with Mickey on the side and everything, and that bus is going to take us to the port, and whatever time that arrives, that's the time we get on the ship. So there's less pressure, I guess, to do the online check-in, and perhaps the more important one is going to be booking in at 30 days before to do the Royal Gathering. Now, the Royal Gathering is a princess meet in the atrium, or the Grand Hall, as they call it in the Wish. So it'll be in the Grand Hall and it will be meeting the princesses. There's no extra cost to it, but you do need to book it. And we're going to want that on a sea day as well, I think, aren't we? Either that or early on the Nassau day. My plans, as we got kicked out. If you watched the online check-in with me for the Disney Dream, where William got up with me at 5 a.m. for that as well, it kicked us out, didn't it? It kicked us out as we're trying to book things. It was not great, but we managed to get it all sorted. Don't forget to add plans. Where's the button gone?
Ooh.
The button's disappeared.
Something's happened.
I'd paid in full a minute ago. It was letting me book things. The button's gone. Oh, my plans.
Balance unavailable. It said on the last page.
Balance unavailable. That's because I've booked through a travel agent. So we've done things a slightly different way this time. Previously, I've booked the cruises directly. I've booked the Walt Disney World holiday that we did that did not have a cruise attached to it direct with Disney. But this time, because there were a few moving parts throughout, I went through a travel agent and she's booked the flights, the accommodation, the transportation to the cruise and the cruise all as a package. It does say balance unavailable when you log into the Disney Cruise website or when you log on to the Walt Disney World app, because that's all dealt with the travel agent. It is fully paid for though, and otherwise it wouldn't have let me book the bibbidi bobbidi and stuff.
This
It's strange.
odd, yeah.
I'm
Maybe
guessing.
It literally just, it's not letting you in because it crashed for everyone else. And
I think it's just
problem with the website or something.
I think it's just gone mad. I think it's just gone mad and crashed. We're just going to have to keep refreshing this. We've refreshed the page. We can now look at activities. So on Port Canaveral day 1, let's try and make sure we've booked the photo package, because if we book it when we get on the ship, it's going to be more expensive, isn't it? So we'll book it for Mummy.
Yeah.
Check availability. There is availability. I'm not too worried about this. Okay. We just want it attached to our cruise. It's more of a case of remembering to do it than there not being any availability.
Yeah.
The Disney Cruise website seems to be struggling a little bit. Oh, there we go. Perfect. The unlimited photo package is booked. Okay, more activities available on day 1. The other thing is I could look at spa and fitness for Mummy and Daddy.
Yeah.
I could. Right, out of curiosity, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Oh, we can't look at appointment times because, so you can only go once during the cruise.
Right.
That's interesting because
Makes it more fair.
it does make it more fair. So I thought you'd be able to go, maybe you could only book it once per day, but no, you can book it once per cruise. That's interesting. Okay, so we've got bourbon tasting, champagne tasting. Sadly, Daddy doesn't like champagne. There's Prima Notte at Paolo, which is 60 minutes, $85. Shutters Portrait Studio.
You can book that.
We could book that, a premium photo experience, and world of old-fashioned whiskey. Now, the other thing I really want to look at is the spa and fitness. Let's have a look at the options for spa and fitness. We don't need the nursery. It's a Small World nursery. We don't qualify for that because the children are over 3, so we don't need the nursery. So the options we've got a facial appointment, a massage appointment, a couples appointment. Prices start for $349 for 2 people. Facial appointment starting from $179. Fitness prices starting from $20. Acupuncture, Hooks Barbary for a traditional manicure. Fire and ice manicure at the Untangled Salon. Fitness, a 3-class package for $39. Hydration Float Suite, a float on water experience for $599. And then we've got the Rainforest length of the cruise pass. So that would be $239 to use the Rainforest room. So for this, we've got indulgent environment designed exclusively to soothe your senses. The length of the cruise pass offers unlimited access to the tranquil retreat. You can relax, rejuvenate through your voyage.
That would work.
That would work. So it would be $239 plus 18% gratuity, and I'd need to pay that twice if I was going to book for Daddy as well. Do you think he'd need it too?
Yeah.
So is that something worth doing? It's going to be quite a lot of money. I don't know. I'm thinking, that would be $500 for the 2 of us. I'm thinking I might be preferring to spend that money buying you guys stuff in the shop. Because that is the same price, the Senses Spa thing. Granted, we could use it for the length of the cruise, but we could only use it when you guys are in Kids Club. And actually, there's quite a lot for us to do as adults anyway. So I'm probably going to skip it. I think if it was just mummy and daddy going on the cruise without you kids, I'd probably do it. But because you kids are with us, I think I'm going to skip it. Let's have a look what's available for on-board activity when we're in Nassau, and if there's any more options.
Spa day 2.
Oh, hang on. We're on
spa mode.
It's on spa mode, isn't it? It is on spa mode.
We want to look at Port Adventures.
Yeah. Oh, Port Adventures as well. Right. Port Adventures at Nassau. We definitely want to look at these. Jeeps, beach and local lunch.
Ooh,
that's per
expensive.
Jeep. Yeah, but that's per Jeep. So how many people could go in a Jeep? Meet your guest. You can hold up to 4 guests. Guest must be 25 years old to drive. Oh, right.
You get to drive a Jeep. That makes it a bit more worthwhile.
Right, but it holds up to 4 guests. So we could hire a Jeep, but only 4 of us could go.
And also only the adults could go.
No, you could be up to 8. You could be age 5 or older and have a reservation to participate.
But it wouldn't.
But only 4 people could go.
Yeah. It wasn't letting you pick the kids.
No, because it's got to be an adult over 25 who can drive the Jeep.
So they've got to be picked first.
Yes, they'd have to be picked first. So there's Atlantis Dolphin Key Dip and Discover Adventure, 4 to 6 hours.
I mean,
so
that's quite a long time.
That's quite a long time, but that's $319 for ages 4 to 9 and $399 for ages 10 and up.
Personally, I don't think we should. I think we should do some of the shorter ones, like
okay.
Blackbeard's Revenge Pirate Ship Adventure, 1.5 hours to 2 hours.
So that's 34 for age up to 2, 3 to 9s, which is 44,
and 74, 10 and up.
Okay, so what's that? That is a bounty of swashbuckling fun. Set sail along the Nassau Harbour in a paradise island aboard a replica 18th century pirate ship. Hop on board stunning Blackbeard's Revenge pirate ship and receive a quick safety briefing. Is that something you want to do?
Maybe, yeah. Journey back in time as the pirate crew playfully act out tales from the golden age of piracy. Enjoy a complimentary beverage while the crew doles out booty from the ship's medical treasure chests to all young mateys. One
thing you do have to remember is that if you do port adventures, they generally are very early on. You have to get up quite early to start a port adventure. It's probably going to be like an 8:30 meet.
Possibly.
So it won't say the time you've got to meet until you get on the ship. If you want to do a port adventure, I'm absolutely up for it. But you guys need to remember that you struggle to go to bed late and then get up early. So you might struggle to get there on time.
I think I'd be alright.
You'd probably be alright if that's something you want to do. That might be something that we could look at. The other thing to remember, if you're booking port adventures with Disney Cruise Line, or pretty much I think this goes for any cruise line, if you book trips or adventures with the cruise line, the cruise ship will not leave you behind. So if that excursion gets delayed, the ship will not leave you behind. But they were very, very clear on the Dream to have your cameras at the ready if you were late to get back on the ship. Why is that, Will?
So that it sails off into the sunset.
You get a really nice picture of the ship sailing away without you, because they will leave you behind if you're not back on the board by the all aboard time. They really do hammer that home. There are a lot of options actually for port adventures. A lot of options for Nassau. This is just in Nassau.
Making in factory tour.
Factory tour in Nassau. So should we do port adventures in Nassau? What do we think? Or should we have a look at the Castaway Key options?
I mean, I like the idea of the pirate one.
You like the idea of the pirate one, okay. We could always provisionally book something and then chat to the girls about it and then see if that's something they want to do too.
Banana
so we've got
boat ride.
Aqua Trike rental.
We must do the banana boat ride.
You want to do the banana boat ride?
Yeah.
Oh, do you really want? Is that what you want to do? That mean I'd have to do it too. Oh. Fishing adventure.
See, that one's quite long, 2.5 hours to 3 hours. That would be most of our Castaway Key time.
That would be quite a long time.
Snorkel by boat adventure.
I actually think I want to explore Castaway Key. I don't think I want to be too tied up.
Yeah,
to times
1
on Castaway
hour,
Key.
1.5 hour maximum for an activity.
There's a Stingray adventure.
Yeah, it's 1 hour. That would be snorkeling. It's just a shorter snorkeling.
Chill boats, water bike rental.
Extreme getaway package. 1 hour. Let's have a look at that.
What's that? Biking, snorkeling, ocean floating, and up-close stingray encounter. 4 different ways. This fun, exciting adventure package. Snorkel equipment, 1 hour bicycle rental. I'm not sure I want a bike on Castaway Cay. I think I more kind of want a cocktail.
I want a bike and a cocktail.
You can't have a cocktail. Glass bottom boat scenic voyage. Is that something you want to do on Castaway Cay, or do you kind of want to be on Castaway Cay?
I don't
There's
know.
parasailing.
That does sound fun. Sightseeing. I don't know. There's so many options. It's hard to pick.
There are so many options. Sea kayaking.
Maybe not that, because that would only hold up 2 people max.
Family beach cabana. So these are sold out. These are, see, for 8 hours, they are $797.50 for up to 6 guests. And $56 each for additional guests. But they are sold out really, really fast. Now, I'm assuming the people that are concierge snap these up really quickly, because apparently even at concierge check-in, these can go quite fast. Also, this is Beach Cabana 2, Beach Cabana 3. That's one cabana. One cabana.
That makes sense.
Right, so you know which specific, it's like the address of the cabana. We got cabana 10, or we didn't, because it was $797.50 and sold out. So all those cabanas are gone. How many are there?
We don't have a 13.
There's a Serenity Bay cabana. Now those are in the adult only area, I believe. That's Serenity Bay.
Cheaper.
They are cheaper. They're up to 4 guests, not 6 guests, and you can't take your kids. Either way, they're all gone. But Serenity Bay cabanas.
That one has there's one grand family cabana that holds up to 10 people, but there's only one.
So which one is the
16 is held back from online booking.
Oh, okay, so that's for concierge guests, I'm guessing.
And it's an accessible cabana.
Your cabanas do include use of snorkeling equipment, float or tube rental, sand ties, and 1 hour of bike rental. So if you were thinking of doing the bike rental and a cabana was available, I guess booking the cabana is a good option if you were going to pay for those things anyway. That's assuming you can get one. The other thing is, with any of the port adventures, the appointments, anything like that, you can always check when you get on board. So we have made a few bookings, but I'm not 100% sure which ones we're going to keep and which ones we're going to release. So we could be here for some time making some choices as to what we're going to do for port adventures, if any. I know some people don't even get off at Nassau because there's so much to do on the ship. And we did actually get off for a port adventure at La Rochelle. And I'm glad we did, because we weren't allowed to on the Magic because it was a COVID cruise, and I'm glad we had that experience. But part of me just kind of thinks, well, do you know what? We did miss out on the ship, and perhaps we should have just stayed on board. I don't know, what were your feelings on that?
Yeah, so it should stay on board.
Probably. But Castaway Cay, I 100% want to explore Castaway Cay. It's going to be amazing. There is still all-inclusive food, just the same as on the ship. Mickey, Minnie and the gang will be there. It's going to be sensational. Do we take up our time with a port adventure type activity at Castaway Cay, or are we better off booking one of those in Nassau? The other thing to remember is a lot of people booked port adventures on the Dream because they were concerned about how to get from the ship to the port, but then there was a free complimentary shuttle bus on, and a lot of people said they wouldn't have bothered with the port adventure and paying for that if they'd known about the shuttle bus. So always check with Disney Cruise Line. I would imagine that there's always going to be a shuttle bus, but please do check for your specific cruise, your specific sailing, for your specific destination, that there will be a shuttle bus to take you from the ship to the sort of hub of where things are going to be happening. So there's going to be a lot more prepping for Walt Disney World and our Disney Cruise content coming up for you. We'll be doing online check-ins, we'll be doing outfit planning, we'll be doing day planning, we'll be doing packing, and then there's going to be all of the vlogs. So make sure you subscribe with bell notifications on for all of that. Lots of that content will already be available by the time you're watching this in my Patreon, along with the early release vlogs. As soon as they're edited, they go up in Patreon, so you don't have to wait for them to come out every Sunday at 8 AM. So check that out by scanning on screen, or check out another video now. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all those YouTubey things, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye!